So this is the top 20 reverse grid sprint race. It's Gregoire Gomez on pole position alongside Matt Trumpets. Then comes Richard Spanners Ready and Ivan Anderson on the second row of the grid. David Hatton and Sam Harper line up on row 3 with Andrew Sexton and Alex Smith on row 4. Then Colin Ward and Mark Greenhow completes the top 10. Jose O'Donnell and Daniel Snorterland on his debut in the championship, the silver class winner from the feature race. And then comes Scott Tuffy. Kyle Power, reigning champion, needs to recover some points there. Then comes Tim Ellis and Danny Henney, 3 drivers there on the recovery. Then Lucas Raskovitz, gold winner in the feature race. And Stephen Williams, Alex Johnsman and Alexander Dobertsberger, top 3 from the feature race. They'll be looking to climb back up the order now as the red lights are on and we're about to get underway for race number 2 at Silverstone. Red lights are out and Gomez leads the field away. David Hatton gets away very well, as well as Gomez leads into the first corner. Matt Trumpets sitting in second place there ahead of Spanners Ready. So the status quo maintained as we go into the first braking zone. For the first time, a couple of cars having to take avoiding action as Sam Harper tries to get around the outside of Spanners there, but actually ends up opening the door to David Hatton. But again, no movements there. Heading out onto the Wellington Straight for the first time on board with Spanners here as he tries to take second place away from his co-host. An easy move up on the inside there and Spanners through into second place. Now, how's Matt Trumpets going to deal with Sam Harper in his mirrors as well? As Trumpets trying to get back up on the inside there of Luffield, taking advantage of a slightly wide line from Spanners, who tries to give him as much space as possible. Sam Harper trying to get his nose right in the action as well. And Spanners actually out-dragged him, and Harper trying to get around the outside on Copse Corner. That's sensational, and he's made it. No, he hasn't, not quite, and David Hatton trying to get through as well. This is brilliant scrapping on the opening lap of this race, but Gregoire Gomez already 2.5 seconds clear. So the battle for second comes down the hangar straight now, and Trumpets again with his mirrors full of Harper, and we see Danny Henney's made excellent progress as well. He's in 9th, but side by side here for 3rd place as Trumpets holds it out around the outside and maintaining his place on the podium. He'll be in 3rd. Gomez leads him over the line. It's Spanners in 2nd. Then comes this battle for 3rd with Trumpets, Harper, Hatton, and Smithy, and then Stuffy right in there as well. Danny Henney's made up great ground. He's in 8th place. Colin Ward in 9th. Stephen Williams in 10th as well. Kyle Power hasn't quite made up as much ground as he would have wanted. He's in 16th, just ahead of the feature race winner, Alex Dobertsberger, side by side once again. Harper here trying to get around the outside, and Trumpets left napping a little bit there on the exit of the corner. Harper goes through into 3rd, and now David Hatton, the former Formula Renault 2.0 champion, going to try and find his way through there. He's got the inside line for Brooklands, and that's Hatton through into 4th place now. Trumpets starting on the front row of the grid, but starting to fall backwards here as he's now got Smithy for close company as well on the exit of Luffield. Heading down the old pit straight once again. And you see the advantage that Spanners was able to build up over Harper while he was trying to get through as well. 1.3 seconds between them, and Hatton not exactly pulling away from Trumpets there actually. But through Maggots and Beckett's, bit of follow the leader here as they have to stay in line. And look at this, Danny Henney's arrived on the scene as well. They're only a couple of cars back from this battle, and Hatton here having to go defensive in that Monster Energy car. Trumpets trying to get around the outside and reclaim that 4th place spot. Runs out a little wide on the exit of Stowe Corner. Under braking here, slots back in behind Hatton. As you see, is that Henney making up a move there on Stuffy? It is indeed. He's through into 7th place now. As Gregoire Gomez, unsurprisingly, sets the fastest lap of the race. The lead gap now 3.9 seconds as Henney makes his way through. 7th place from 16th on the grid it was. Doing a great job at the moment and looking to recover after an incident in the feature race as well. Spinning at Copse Corner. Cost himself a potential podium there. or, well, potential win even. We saw how close Drillsman was towards the end of the race. We see Smithy there jinking out from behind Matt Trumpets, trying to distract Mr. Apex co-host into Brooklyn's corner. Oh, Trumpets there getting a little wide on the exit of Luffield, kicking up some of the gravel, and that will cost him momentum all the way down this straight through Copse Corner as well. And if Smithy didn't have enough impetus there to try and get past Trumpets, well, he's got some more of it, especially with Danny Henney bearing down on him as well. We know way through in Maggots and Beckett's. He'll have to follow him through and hopefully get the run onto the hanger straight. He's got to be wary of Danny Henney behind him as well. Coming down the hanger straight now, on board with Smithy here. He is closing, but not enough. And has a look towards the inside, but no way through. Maybe that was more of a defensive move against Danny Henney, who is right on his gearbox. Trumpet's a little wide there into the Vale chicane. Could be an opportunity here for Smithy to try and get through. He's close right up to the back of Trumpet's car, and he will have the momentum and the slipstream all the way through here. Surely he's going to have to back out by the time they get to Abbey. This is great news for Danny Henney as well, trying to get in on this as well. Well, Smithy looking towards the inside there. Trumpet's very good on the brakes and able to maintain position. Look at the cars closing in. Oh, a lunge here from Henney. Opportunistic stuff. And Danny Henney goes through into 6th place. A very nice move made there. Having to go defensive now down the hanger straight as Trumpet's actually trying to get back past David Hatton. It's all kicking off towards Brooklands. Henney able to maintain position. And look how many cars have joined the queue. Now Scott Tuffy is right in there as well behind Smithy. And then we got Snorterland and Stephen Williams coming back up the order as well. He's in 10th place as well with Alex Johnsworth, having battled so hard with him in the feature race. On board with Stuffy here through Copse Corner, running out a little wide there. Definitely would have picked up a 1X for that. Now, you've got to remember, you only get 12 of them before you get given a drive-through penalty. Maybe that's what happened with Gomez towards the end of the feature race. Certainly was racking him up with the incident with Ellis in the opening stages of that race. Battle for 4th place now heads through Stowe Corner once again. This is absolutely sensational to look at. And I will say as well, the battle for 2nd is not over because Sam Harper has reined in Mr. Spanners ready as well. There it is, going through Abbey, and could well be a change for 2nd place here. Won't be on the way into Village and the Loop. On board with Harper here, and that much wider line there through the left-hander of the Loop. It's given him absolutely sensational momentum, and Spanners defensive before they even get onto the straight, and Harper here will have to go around the outside of Brooklands. Potentially a bit of DRS in use there. Spanners holding the line on the inside, but Harper able to hold it out around the outside and gets the high ground for Luffield. He's through into 2nd place. Very nicely done from Sam Harper there, returning to the championship after missing a couple of seasons. Was right up there at the sharp end at Nürburgring, and doing so once again here. So just see in the background there, Danny Henney's made his way through into 5th place as well. That gaggle of cars battling over 4 is starting to get broken up a little bit as Henney and Hatton were making their way through. And there we see, I see the flash of green as well. That's Kyle Power who's joined the fight as well. How many cars have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are there? All the way down to Kyle Power in 13th place. So absolutely sensational. This could well end in tears actually, as Stuffy and Snorterland there side by side for 8th place on the exit of Stowe Corner. And that's Snorterland getting up on the inside. Well, certainly they were going into the corner, and Snorterland hanging on to the place. Stuffy's ended up falling down a couple of spots after all that. Actually, he's now behind Alex Johnsma. Snortelen looking at the back of Smithy in the meanwhile as well. And there you see Henny also looking at the back of David Hatton as well for 4th place. On board with Snortelen here as they go down the Wellington straight. Henny ahead of them going through into 4th place, and Snortelen trying to get around the outside of Smithy here. He'll have the line into Luffield now as well, and that's a place gained there. That's 7th place for Snortelen. It's coming back up through the order. He took the silver class win in the feature race and could well make it back to back. Silver class wins if he carries on like this. And the car's really pushing their luck, kicking up the dust on the way into Copse Corner. That's absolutely sensational. And Stephen Williams, the next car there behind Smithy. Podium sitter from the feature race, and Alex Johnsma as well. I will say, actually, Alexander Dobbelsberger has not come up the order as well. In fact, I think he may well have had some kind of drama. Because he's showing on my timing screen as in 35th place. So drama for the feature race winner. We've got a replay here actually of what's happened with Dobbelsberger. Trying to round up a slower car here. Definitely an incident in front of them. And contact, trying to avoid the chaos. Wow, that's very unfortunate for Alexander Dobbelsberger. And has certainly dampened his chances of retaining the championship lead when we finish up race 3 a little bit later on. And there he is down in 35th place. Championship, pre-event championship leader, I should say, Kyle Power in the meanwhile in 11th place. Here he is actually, well in that fight. You see Dronsma trying to get up on the inside there. Power just ahead of Ellis. Having fought in the feature race as well. There we see Dronsma trying to make his way through on Stephen Williams. Now that took him a few laps in the feature race as well. I doubt Williams is going to make it easy for him, especially while he's trying to make his own move on Smithy for 8th. Flicking through the right-hander at Copse now. This is on board with Alex Johnsma. Look at the toe effect. He's going for the move here into Maggots and Beckett's. They did this in the feature race. It didn't work for him then, and it hasn't worked for him now. And that's also put Kyle Power right on his back bumper as well. Power's also got to be careful for Ellis, though. They end up squabbling along amongst themselves instead of making their way up the order. Ellis trying to get around the outside now into Stowe Corner. And the reigning champion just feeding Ellis out to the outside of the track, but he's been able to maintain position or just backs out of it as Power runs a little deep into Vale. Oh, Dronsma's had some sort of moment because he's really lost touch with Williams there. Maybe a drop in getting on the Power through the chicane, but Kyle Power trying to take advantage of that to the outside of the loop section on the inside now, and that will be a spot change. That's Power up into the top 10 now. Williams still trying to find his way through on Smithy, but Power's going to have to go defensive to hang on to that 10th place spot as Johnsma comes back at the champion. Oh, a lovely little late switch there, but not enough to get up on the inside and take that 10th spot away from Power. As we see now, Williams and Smithy side by side. Williams trying to get up on the outside, and he's got that place done as well. Williams through into 8th place there, we can see. So Trumpet's trying to hold on to position as well. Williams very wide, though, through Copse Corner. Now, he had Smithy just trying to get up on his inside there. I wonder if that spooked him a little bit. Yeah, you see he's trying to get up on the inside. Don't know if there was contact there, but wow, big moment there for Stephen Williams. And I'm sure he would have taken the slowdown for that as well. And he's ended up, right down the order. Oh, he's still taking the slowdown by the looks of it, because he's pulled right off the racing line, and Luca Harrison is about to go through as well. Big drama for Stephen Williams, our pole sitter from the feature race. Oh, Drillsma, meanwhile, I just saw it on my other monitor, had another big moment out of Stowe Corner. Here we're going to see the back end's going to step out massively here. Whoa! Oh, and completely off the track and into the barriers as well. So another big drama there for one of our front runners from the feature race. They're starting to drop like flies. He's down in 18th now. So where does that leave us? Where does that leave us with Power? He's up in 8th place now. He's just got past Alex Smith as well. Trumpet's just ahead of him. Snorterland and Hatton trading places as well. In fact, they're side by side going into Brooklands. Hatton just hanging on to 5th place for now. Oh, Snorterland there trying to get up on the inside though. There's Henny in 4th. And Snorterland with a run here now out of Luffield. They're side by side once again between him and Hatton. This is for 5th place. Snorterland with the line into Copse Corner, and he consolidates that move. Oh, that's Spanners. That's Spanners who's gone off at Copse Corner. Oh, Richard Spanners red. He's lost out on the podium. Here we're going to see it now. Look at Danny Henny was really closing in on him, wasn't he? He was going to come under pressure for that later in the race, I'm sure, but with just 2.5 laps to go. Oh, Spanners has thrown it at the scenery and now finds himself in 9th place, that is, alongside Stephen Williams. Well, make that 10th because Smithy's just gone through as well. Goodness me, it's all kicking off in the closing stages here. Gomez has just gone over the line to start lap 10. His lead gap is 9.5 seconds now over Sam Harper. Danny Henny is now on the podium as well after that misfortune from Spanners, and Snorterland's got himself up into 4th place. This is sensational. There he is, ahead of Hatton, ahead of Trumpets, ahead of Power. Extraordinary drive from Snorterland in his debut in the championship. Let's see if Power can make up any more spots because he's on the back of Matt Trumpets now for 6th place. And he in turn is not too far behind David Hatton as well. He's been threatening to repass Hatton for a few laps now, basically since this battle began on the opening lap of the race. But here's Power trying to get through on the outside now of Luffield. And now has to go wide here, but on the Power nice and early, right up to the gravel trap, and he goes through into 6th place now. And this is important for Power, taking advantage of the fact that Dobbelsberger, having just taken the championship lead by my calculations, having a drama and will not be scoring well in this race, whereas Power will be. His only concern will be the man who was 2nd in the championship, only 9 points behind him going into this event, is currently leading this race. But also some consolation in the fact that Gomez didn't score well in the feature race. There's Hatton trying to get back through into 4th place, successfully getting back through into 4th place on Daniel Snorterland there. The former champion, showing there's still life left in the old dog yet. But look at this, Snorterland getting around the outside into Vale. I'm going to be side by side here. Oh, Hatton, that was a big swapper there. Getting it out on the curb, very well collected. Snorterland goes through, and Power is about to go through as well into 5th place through Abbey Corner. Last lap of the race now, as that mistake from Hatton's just cost him a couple of places. Trumpet's back on his gearbox as well. Oh no, scratch that, because Trumpet's gone for a spin into Village. That's another commentator's curse I've done for Matt there. And oh, look at that! Was that contact? Did he get into the back of Hatton's car? He may well have done. And Hatton, meanwhile, in 6th place, still having to fend off the cars behind him because Ellis is right on his gearbox as well. But here's the race leader. Led this one from pole position, been absolutely untroubled in the race so far. 9.5 seconds clear of Sam Harper in 2nd place. And Power here in 5th ahead of Hatton, who's just hanging on to that place ahead of Tim Ellis. Stephen Williams making his way up the order as well from 18th on the grid as well. And Spanners having run on the podium places, now on the fringes of the top 10. Here comes Gregoire Gomez, a dominant performance, and he takes the victory, his first of the season. Absolutely untroubled in this sprint race. A long old wait for Sam Harper to get over the line in second, and Danny Henny will be third. He'll be very happy with that. A bit of a consolation prize after a very difficult feature race. Daniel Snorterland, silver class winner, and wins out in that epic battle for fourth place ahead of Kyle Power. And let's see if we can't talk to our race winner. Greg, we've brought you into the commentary box. I mean, that was the definition of dominant.
Yeah, I'm quite happy about it. I knew that, considering the people that were behind me at the start, if I had a good start, I could get away pretty quickly, and managed to do that. First 0x race in my missed Apex career as well, which is nice.
Very well done. I mean, of course, it was a bit of an interesting feature race for you as well. You had to come back up the order, and you bagged yourself a good spot for this race.
Yeah, well, I binned it on the last lap is how I ended up P20. So
okay,
to
right.
Get something back.
We were wondering about that. Well, of course, you've got to do it all again from 20th this time. We've just seen how hard it's been for the guys who were top in the feature race to come up through the order. So where do you think you're going to end up in the last race?
I think a top 10 would be great. Top 5 would probably be like the ultimate goal. Better than that would be quite a stretch, I think, from 20th.
Fair enough. Well, we look forward to watching you try and get up the order. Congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
All right, Gregoire Gomez, a victor again in the championship. Let's go through the results. It's Gregoire Gomez taking his first victory of the season. Sam Harper and Danny Henny join him on the podium. Daniel Snorterland, the silver class victor, ahead of Kyle Power. Good points for the championship there. David Hatton, great race there in 6th place, ahead of Tim Ellis. Stephen Williams on the podium in the feature race, up to 8th in that one. Alex Smith takes the gold class win ahead of Richard Spanners Ready. What could have been for Spanners, dropping it from 3rd place late in the race. Lucas Raskovitz there, Colin Ward and Luca Harrison in 13th. Jose O'Donnell and Matt Trumpets there. Started on the front row of the grid, shuffled down the order in the end there, and a spin at Village late in the race as well. Adrian Clark in 16th and Alex Dromsma. Now, we saw him go off and into the barriers, but he will have a very good grid position for the final race of the evening. Ivan Anderson, Sam Watley and Barry Kemp will be on pole position for the next race, and Alexander Dobertsberger there. Victory in the feature race, but 23rd after a bit of a multi-car collision in the middle of the Maggots and Beckett's complex. Race number 3 still to come. It's coming up in a few moments' time, so we're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere.